So welcome back guys to our YouTube channel Being Business, and today we will be doing the trigonometry class 11 for both ISC and CBSE, trigonometry for 11th class. And if you have seen my part 3 video of mathematics, we have completed all questions till 11th. We have completed all questions, and before that I have given you all this information, all these basics I told you, and now we will be solving from 12th question. So first of all, you can follow us on our Instagram handle Being Business 2021, where I update about the upcoming videos, and also you can subscribe our channel, like and comment, because we are always regular. So first of all, the question says that the find the angle and radians. First of all, we have to find the angle and radians between the hands of a clock at 7:20 p.m. So the time is 7:20 p.m. and we have to find the angle between the minute hand, that is the big hand, and the hour hand. So to solve it, first of all, the time is 7:20 p.m. The time is 7:20 p.m. Okay, and now we have to find the angle in radians between the time. Okay, so for that, first of all, we will calculate the hour hand. So first of all, the hour hand will be this. We will divide the 20 minutes by 60 so that we will convert it into hour. So it will become 22 by 3 hours. 22 by 3 hours. And now, as we know, first of all, that 12 hours, when the hour hand moves 12 hours, then it covers 360 degrees. So in 1 hour it will cover 360 upon 12 degrees. So in 22.3 hours it will cover 360 upon 12 into 22 by 3. So we will divide. So 220 degrees will come. Okay, so now we will calculate minute hand. So we will add it as big hand. So big hand will be 20 by 60, that is 1 by 3. It will be 1 by 3, and we know that 60 minutes equals to here we don't have to convert it in hour. We simply know that it is in 20 minutes. It is 20 minutes. Sorry, it was my fault. First of all, we know that big hand, it is 20 minutes. So 60 minutes is equals to 360 degree revolution. So 1 minute equals to 360 upon 60, simple. And it will, so not degree, so it will be 13, so 6 degree. 1 minute is equals to 6 degree. So 20 minutes equals to 120 degrees. So here we don't have to convert it into hours. We simply convert it into minutes. We will let it be in minutes only, 20 minutes only, and then we will write it as like this. So here we are first asked the difference between the angles in radians. So we can do two things. First of all, we can first minus these two we can minus. So first of all, we will minus them. 20 degrees minus 120 degrees, so it will become 100 degrees. So now we will convert it simply into radians. To convert it into radians, we have to multiply it by pi by 180. So we will cut them. So the answer will come 5 pi by 9. So let me check if the answer is right. And radians, 5 pi in radians. So let me check. So the answer is correct, 5 pi by 9 radians. Now I was telling you that the second method is we will first convert this into radians by multiplying it pi by 18, and this 220 also in radians, 220 also in radians by multiplying it by pi by 18. Then we can minus them. So the answer will also come same in that situation. And now we are moving towards the 13th question. And the 13th question says a wheel of motor is rotating at 1200 rpm. So if the radius of the wheel, the question says forward that if the radius of the wheel is 35 centimeter, what linear distance does a point of its rim transverse in 30 seconds? So this is a kind of a tricky question, so I will explain it to you again. So the question says a wheel of a motor is rotating at 1200 rpm, so it is revolution, this are reference or revolution. If the radius of a wheel is 35 centimeter, what linear distance does a point of its rim transverse in 30 seconds? So the radius is given, so the wheel, so at what speed it is rotating, it is given. So this will help us to find the distance, the linear distance. So in this question, first of all we have to do, so at first I will explain you it via diagram. So for example, this is a tire, and first of all we have to find the whole circumference, this whole circumference of the tire, because when the tire moves like this, so for example the tire is moving like this for example it is a tire of a car and it will be moving like this, so the distance it will cover in one revolution will be equal to its circumference. For example, this is a car and the tire is moving like this, so the one revolution it will take and the distance it will cover in one revolution will be equals to circumference, which is 2 pi r. So first of all 1 and 2 we have got this, and the radius is already given, so we will find first of all circumference. Now this question is made very easy, so 2 into pi into r. Radius is 35 centimeter, so I am writing here radius is 35 centimeter, so 2 into 22 by 7 into 35, 5, 220 centimeter, it will come 220 centimeter if you multiply it. And now as you know, it is given that 1200 revolutions rpm, so the rpm is first of all revolution per minute, and in the question it is asked to find out the distance covered in 30 seconds. So if 1200 revolutions are done in 1 minute, so in 1 second it will be 20, so in 30 seconds it will be 600, as simple as that. And now we have to just multiply this 600 from the circumference to find the revolution, the linear distance. So by multiplying 600 with 220 we get 132 and we get 30, so this is our answer in centimeter. And for example, if we convert it into kilometer, then it will become 1.32 kilometer. So you can leave the answer here also, this is also correct and this is also correct. So what we have done, see for example the tire moves here one revolution, the tire does one revolution, so the distance it covered will be equal to its circumference. So now if the tire moves 600 revolutions, so it will be equal to the circumference into 600. So this was a very simple question, very basic. So now we are moving towards the 14th question. So the 14th question says in a right angle triangle, the difference between the two acute angles is pi by 18. The difference between two acute angles is pi by 18 in a right angle triangle in radian method. So that it is in radian method. So find the angle in degrees. So first of all, it is a right angle triangle. So first of all, let me get the question. So here, if we make the diagram like this, let it be x, y, and let it be a. So we know that angle A is equals to 90 degree, and they are two acute angles, and we know that the remaining sum will be equal to 90 because this is a right angle triangle. So we can write like this: x plus y is equals to 90 degree. So okay, which proves that it is an acute angle also. So first of all, this was given to us, and from this and one more thing is given to us, that x minus y is pi by 18, as it is saying that the difference between the two acute angles is pi by 18. Okay, it was given. So now we can solve these two equations, first equation and the second equation, simultaneously to find the answer of the x and y. So first of all, it is given in pi by 18 in radian method, and it is given degrees. So first of all, we will convert this in degrees. So to convert in degrees, we will multiply it by 180 upon pi. So the answer will be 10 degrees. So we will add it here. So now it will become 100 degrees. Y will cut by and become 2x is equals to 100 degrees. So x is equals to 50 degrees. X 50 degrees. So y is equals to 40 degrees, as we have proved that x plus y is equals to 90 degrees. So this was a simple question. I made simple for you. This was a basic question. So now we are moving towards the next question. That is the 15th question. In the 15th question, it is saying that if the angles of a triangle, are in the ratio 3:4:5, find the smallest angle in degrees and the greatest angle in radians. So I think we should do this question in homework. It's a very simple question, or should I solve? So I think I should solve it because I have promised to do all the questions. So as we care for you, we will be doing all the questions. So the first of all, we know that the total sum of angles is equals to 180 degree, and the ratio is given as 3:4:5. So let it be, this means let the angles be 3x, 4x and 5x. So 3x plus 4x plus 5x equals to 180, and that is 12x is equals to 180, and that is x is 180, here I am writing it here, 180 by 12, that is 690, 15 degrees. So x is equals to 15 degrees. So by which we can find which is the smallest. The smallest will be 3x and the largest will be 5x. The smallest will be 45 degrees and the largest will be 75 degrees. So it is asking that we have to find the smallest angle in degrees. So we have found it in degrees. It is already in degrees. So you can check the answer here. It is 45. It is 45. And the greatest angle we are now finding. As it is in degree and we have to find the radius, we will multiply it by simple pi by 180. So now 36, 5. So the answer will be this. So you can help me by sharing the videos and also subscribing my channel. Oh sorry, I have written radius. It will be radians. So you can check the answer. First of all 75 degrees and then 5 by 12 radians. So we are moving towards the next question. And first of all, what does this question say is that the angles of a triangle are in AP. AP is arithmetic progression, and we have studied in 10th class. And if you are facing a problem in AP, so you can comment me. I will actually make a video on AP of the 10th class. Okay. So first of all, if you don't know what is AP, I will tell you if you comment down, and so I will tell you. I will be shoot up another video, full video for AP arithmetic progression. So first of all, in this question it says that the angles of a triangle are in AP, and the number of degrees in the least to the number of radians in the greatest is 60 is to pi. Find the angles in degrees and radians. So we have to find the angles in both in degrees and radians. So if you know AP, you should know that when we are given three angles, or when we are given three numbers, we write it like this: a minus d, comma a, and a plus d. So and we know that they are triangles, so a minus d plus a plus d will be equal to 180 degree. And now a minus d plus a plus d, so d will cut from d, and so this was simple. So a will become 60 degrees, and now it will become 60 minus d 60, and 60 plus d. So the greatest is this, and the smallest is this. The smallest, small one, largest, highest one. Okay. So the ratio between them is 60 is to 60 is to pi. So first of all, the ratio between them is 60 is to pi. So let me tell you one thing, that if we do directly like this, so we will not be able to solve, and most of you will be thinking that we will apply compound to dividend, but it will not be able to solve because we have to eliminate this pi first. So what we will do, we will multiply 60 plus t, that is the largest one, with pi by 180. So the value of pi is 180, and if we divide by 180, so it will cut. But so there will be no difference because it will become 1 only. So we can do like this, and it is in radians first of all, because see, as 180 degree is equals to pi radians is equals to 1 degree equals to pi upon 180 radians. So okay, so now, and why we have not done the smallest one, because if we do the smallest one, it will become 180 into pi by 180, and here pi will multiply and not cut. So we have to do that one only. So now it will become 60 minus d, 60 plus d in bracket pi by 180 equals to 60 upon pi. So now it will become 60 minus d 180, 60 plus d pi, 60 by pi will cut from pi, it will go 3 times, so 180 degree minus 3d is equals to 60 degree plus d. So now 120 degree 4d, so d is equals to 3 degree. So now we can find the angles. The angles will be first of all 60, 90 and 30. So these will be our angles. So let us see if we are correct or not. And so these are 30, 60, 90, and then we can multiply it by pi by 18 to find it in radians. So it was simple. So now we are moving towards the 17th question. Now only there are 3 questions left, so I think we will complete in this video only all the questions. So the 17th question says that taking the moon distance from the earth as 360,000 kilometer, and the angle subtended by the moon at any point O on the earth as half a degree, estimate the diameter of the moon. So for example, first of all I repeat the question. Taking the moon's distance from the earth as 360,000 kilometer, and is subtended by the moon at any point on the earth as a half degrees, estimate the diameter of the moon. So we have to estimate this thing, and this point O represents, actually it is representing earth, because first of all we will make earth here, and so from here we will estimate the diameter of it, and this theta angle is half degree. It is given here. So because from with the point where we are seeing it here, the theta angle makes the half degree. So what we will do, so see, it's very simple questions I am telling you here only. We have to first of all estimate this one diameter, and we have one formula, theta is equals to s upon r. So we are given theta, that is half a degree. So first of all we will convert it into radians by c1 by 2 into pi by radians, so it will be pi by 360 radians. And now we have to find diameter, that is we have to find r. So we will find r, then we will multiply by 2. Okay, so then what we will do, we have to find first of all we should know s. Okay, so here the s is just a second. Here the s is this 36,000 kilometer. Okay, so now we'll solve it. So r theta here, ab, that is this diameter. So we will solve this, and the answer will come like this: 1000. We will cut 360 by 16,000 by kilometer, and the value of pi is given here, so we will multiply it, and the answer will come like this. So let me explain it again. See, first of all, it is asking the diameter of the moon from the point where on the earth where it makes an angle of theta, that is half degree, and the estimated distance between the earth and the moon is 360,000 kilometer. So this is our arc, 360,000 kilometer, and the theta is half degree, and we will convert it into radians by multiplying it by pi by 180, so it will become pi by 360, and then we will solve it further, because Now we will find AB, that is the diameter, by just using the formula r into theta. So it will come like here, like this. So okay, it was a simple question. So now we will move forward to the next one. So before moving to the next question, I want to inform you that you might be thinking that this is the arc, but no, this is not the arc. The arc is this. For example, if I draw a big circle here and this is the center of the circle, so the arc will be this. This is just the radius. This is the radius, and the radius is this 3,60,000 kilometer. Okay, this 3,60,000 kilometer, and then we will find the diameter AB. See, this diameter represents what? This diameter represents arc. So formula is theta is equals to s upon r. So s is equals to theta into r. This s, which is arc, is actually diameter of the moon, which is this, and this theta equals to what? This theta equals to half degree, that is, and when we convert into radians, it will become pi by 360 radians. So okay, theta is given, r is given, this 3,60,000, because if you imagine it, the center of a circle, and if you draw a circle from here, you will find that it will be a part of a arc. So that's why. So the next question says the perimeter of a certain sector of a circle. The perimeter of a certain sector of a circle is equal to the length of the arc of a semicircle having the same radius. So find the angle of the sector in degree. So this is a bit typical question, but we will solve it easily. So I am repeating it again. The perimeter of a certain sector of a circle is equal to the length of the arc of a circle having the same radius. So find the angle of the sector in degrees. So this is our question. This is a very simple question, and you don't have to see this diagram. Please don't see this diagram, because we have to see first of all the is equal to the arc of a semicircle, and it is not a semicircle that they have done the arc. So first of all, the circumference of a semicircle is half by 2 pi r, that is pi by r, because the full semicircle is the full circumference of a circle is 2 pi by r. So the circumference of a semicircle will be pi by r, and also the length, it is given that the length of a arc of a semicircle is actually equal to the perimeter of the sector of a certain sector. So we can say that if for example this is a semicircle, this is the arc, so this perimeter will be equal. So here the radius and this full arc will be equal to the perimeter. So we will add here r plus s upon half 2 pi by r. So then we will multiply 2 here. So not multiply, first we will add 2r plus s is equals to pi by r. So s is written as r by theta, because the formula is theta is equals to s upon r. So from which we will where it will come r by theta. So then we have found theta by, first of all this 2r comes here, then we will take r common, then we will cut r by r. So the theta will come pi by minus 2. The value of pi is 22 by 7 is given, so it will become 8 by 7. This is in radians, so we will multiply it by 180 upon pi. To convert it into degrees, you can leave it here also, or you can actually convert it into degrees then in minute and in second also. So it's totally your choice. And the next question is just same. It is just same as that only. So you have to do this question on your own. This is a homework, and if you are not able to do this, so please tell me. I will help you to do it in the next video of mathematics. So thank you for watching the video. Please like, share and comment, and do follow us on Instagram handle being business 2021. I repeat, being business 2021. So thanks for watching.